Stephanie from Oh You're Lovely, where we carry the largest selection of wood flowers in the United States. Welcome back to another tutorial, and this tutorial has been asked for years, but years and years. It might be the most anticipated. That's pretty big to say, but it's a very niche piece. And if you clicked on this, you already saw the title. We are making a kissing ball. I almost forgot what it was called. I was like, what is that called again? Yeah, a kissing ball. Reason why I'm so nervous about this one, sphere. We need to keep it in a round shape, and perfectly round things aren't that forgiving. I like a little forgiveness in the pieces that I make, so I've been putting this off for 4 years. So let's do it, shall we? The supplies needed for a kissing ball. We're going to be using, these are, what size are these? They say 3.8 inches. Oh. I couldn't find the floral foam that wasn't, this is a number 4 ball, if that helps. But I couldn't find the floral foam that's a little bit more like soft. The stuff we use for pretty much everything else, the craft floral foam. This is the plastic stuff. It's a lot harder, but you gotta work with what you have. Styrofoam might work too as far as a styrofoam ball. You also are gonna need some ribbon. I'm gonna be using a 7/8 inch silk ribbon. This we're gonna wrap around and create a handle for it. To attach the ribbon, you are gonna need some sort of pins. I'm using these little flat back pins, so they don't have any like the little ball at the top. They're just flat heads. And we're gonna use those to put the ribbon in place instead of gluing it, since this is just gonna melt as soon as we get some hot glue on it. Then the flowers we're gonna be using, I am using Old Fashioned Love, which is a brand new dyed assortment that we just introduced in, where are we in the year? We are in January of 2024. So if you're watching this anytime later, even a month or two from now, there is a chance that this dyed assortment is no longer available. If you did not know, we do offer pretty regularly brand new dyed assortments, new colorways on a very regular basis. The one thing that makes us unique and special though is that all of the dyed assortments, I shouldn't say all, most of the dyed assortments, we will never bring that color story back or that particular dyed set back, because we don't keep all of the notes of how we created it. So we may make a second run that's inspired by the first one, but they will never be absolutely the same. So if you love one of our dyed assortments, interested by the colorway, make sure to pick it up as soon as you see it, because there's a good chance once it's gone, you will never see it again as it is. There you go. Also, the greenery I'm gonna be using is our seeded eucalyptus. I'm gonna show you how we're gonna use this. We're gonna use it a little bit different than I think I've ever done with any other piece of greenery. That's also a really high statement to say. So we're gonna jump into that first, then get the this all set up, and then get all of the flowers added onto this. It's simple once it gets going, but there's a little bit of work behind for the prep work. And then you need to be a little bit more mindful of where everything goes, which again is not my forte. So let's jump into this, shall we? All right, hold up. Before we jump into it, if you're loving this channel, can't get enough, want to know the next time we post a video, which is typically on Wednesdays, make sure to subscribe and ring that bell to find out about the 150 plus style Sola wood flowers, craft supplies, greenery. Go to ohyourlovely.com. Before you do though, bring this with you. Use the code YouTube30 to get 30% off one regular priced order. I almost said item. It's your whole order, regular price, 30% off, one-time use. There we go. Okay, now we can jump into the tutorial. I got stuff all over the place. Okay, so I don't need that, but we'll just scoot that over there. I don't need this right now. We'll pop that over there. What I am doing right now is taking all of my greenery apart. So this one in particular has multiple sets of stems on here. So I'm taking these all off. I'm leaving one on, and then up on the top of this, I'm going to add a flower. So all of the flowers will have a piece of greenery attached to them. We're gonna hot glue those on, and you kind of see, so we're gonna have greenery with the kissing ball, but not, it's gonna be tight to the flowers, which is what we want, because otherwise it's gonna really kind of grow outward. I am gonna keep the little white berry pieces. Now these pieces, we can do a couple different things. I have stems lying around all over this table, so we're just gonna put another stem through. We're gonna grab a flower. I don't know how many we're gonna need. So I'm gonna make all of these. We'll see how much flowers and greenery I have. But I think this will work. I really, really do. This would also be a great way to make a round classic bouquet too, with the greenery already attached instead of adding the greenery in individually with the flowers. Okay, so I've got a lot of work to do. I will see you back in just a little bit, because I think this is probably really boring to watch. So I'll be back. Go grab your stuff, get ready, and then we'll start getting this all mechanics of it ready to go. All right, so I'm winging this. I'm just gonna give a decent amount of ribbon, and decent amount is going to be subjective to you as a person. I just want a nice, decent long tail on this because I'm going to tie it off, and I don't know how long I want it to be when it comes to the tie off part. So I'm gonna make this a little more even. Okay. You're just gonna put as many pins in as you feel comfortable putting in, as far as the amount that you need. Remember too, I am gonna try to poke potentially some of the greenery. I don't know if it's gonna go through those. It might not actually. So, but I'm also gonna have like flanking on both sides of the ribbon, the flowers. So hopefully there's no lifting. I am going to randomly also put some more pins, just sporadic, but not so concentrated next to each other throughout the rest of the ribbon too. The amount of flowers we have is 21 of these lovely flowers. Is that gonna be enough to fill this up? I don't know. So my plan is, if it is not enough, and I have a good mixture of each of the different styles from this dyed assortment, but if it's not enough, then what I'm going to do is I do have some extra little pieces of greenery if we need to fill in with greenery, and or we have more flowers left. Since the dyed assortments come in sets of 40 typically, I do have more flowers left. So what we could do is get all of the greenery and the flower greenery ones in here. I think we'll be okay. But if we're not, then we can add flowers in there too, to tone down the greenery itself and fill out the round shape. Okay, truth time. Let's see how this goes. All 21 flowers, give or take. We'll see how many are gonna go onto this. Okay, oh, please work, please work, please work, please work. Okay, we'll find out. Here goes nothing. I'm not really sure what length I'm gonna need the wires either, but I'm gonna guess not very long. So I'm focusing first on making sure that I get the ribbon covered up. we're gonna kind of try to keep them close to the same height, but know that sometimes some are gonna be tucked behind and others will be on top. I think it's gonna work, you guys. I think it's gonna work. Sing a little song, do a little dance. Been pretty close to everything as far as where I'm putting the flowers in next to each other. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we've gone through half of them already, give or take. I don't have a lot of reds left, so I think I'm gonna, I may wanna stem up a couple of those to make sure we get those mixed into this grouping. I also realized I have not yet used any of these, so let's make sure we get those mixed in as well. We can definitely space them out a little bit. They don't have to be like right up against each other, because otherwise, let's see. Okay, so I only have 5 left. I don't think we're gonna have enough. And I don't know that I want to just put in the greenery pieces. So I think we're gonna stem up some more of these lovely leaves with flowers in just a minute. Definitely a couple more red ones. Oops. Now, as we're getting closer to the, like, I don't want to keep pushing that on there because otherwise we're going to be pushing on the flowers on that side. So it's going to get a little bit trickier the further we go in, as far as now we need to lift it. Now, all of our flowers do have glycerin in them, so that makes them super soft and pliable. But at the same time, we don't want to just rest on that and cause damage that doesn't need to be caused. So yeah, we're definitely gonna need more flowers. So we had 21, right? Let's see how many more it's gonna take. I will be right back with some more flowers. Oh no, and maybe that one I just kind of, no, that one is, that one I kind of messed up. I might have to replace that one. But nonetheless, we're getting there. We are getting there. I think, let's see, how many more do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 more leaves. So let's see how far that takes us. Just to give you an idea of what it's turning into. I think we've got about a little less than 2/3 of the way done. I have 5 more of the flowers with greenery. I also grabbed 5 more flowers just on stems, just in case, because I'm gonna spread these out a little bit further and then I'm just gonna add the other flowers in if we need to. So that's the plan to finish this off. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad this is coming together. I was so nervous. The final flower with a leaf, or with greenery on it. So we have, there's definitely holes in here. They're not super noticeable, but they're there. So we're going to now fill in. And since there's a decent amount of greenery, my hope is that, So it's definitely one of those you could do, you know, half and half with greenery, without, kind of depending on how you want it to come together. Okay, so we had 21, then another 5, so 26 with flower leaf combos. Now I'm adding, and as we add more in here, there's wires that are crisscrossing all over the place, and it's getting harder and harder to put things in there. But anyway, we have another 5 just individual flowers that are going in. And it's not enough. So we're gonna add a couple more, but well, I say it's not enough, but in all honesty, once we get one more of those, takes up a decent amount of space. And then I think I'm going to adjust a couple of these. So I put a little bit of glue on my wire stem. You can also put the glue right at the base of the flower, and then it's stemmed. Certain flowers can be a little bit more tricky. The ones with the thistles in particular, take your time. Those are a little bit trickier. Because sometimes typically I like to kind of stem them straight in the center, but with the thistle ones, you wanna insert the wire a little to the right or left of the thistle end, because if you push on the thistle end, there is a chance, it doesn't always happen, but there is a chance that you're gonna push the thistle right out of the flower. So you'll want to stem it just to the side. This one I pushed a little too far. Whoops. I'm gonna re-stem that. Sometimes I just don't know my own strength. In all honesty, we might not even need that one in there, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're really gonna push her in there though, because we don't want it to change the shape that we've got going. Oh my gosh, it's a ball. Oh, I had that one. Whoops. Shoot. I'm gonna have to watch the replay to figure out how many flowers. So I added 3 more from the 5 individuals. So we had 26 with stems, and we had 13 with just individual flowers. Right? Hot dog. So the next thing to do is to tie off the kissing ball. This is where you can get fancy, or you can be like Stephanie here and make a bunny tail bow. One day I will get fancy, or even just a knot. So that, oh yeah, no, I want it shorter, and I'm just going to do a knot. And then I'm going to, then I can either slide it and do a teeny, 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 tiny bow. Look, it's so cute. I also need to finish off our ribbon edge. I'm just gonna do a little triangle. I don't know why I was so nervous. It worked. It definitely worked. Oh my gosh. You can just whack somebody if you need to too, but it won't hurt them because they're pretty light. I mean, it'll be a smack in the face, but it won't really, it'll be a soft smack in the face. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm delirious because I'm so stinking happy that this worked. And I apologize to you all that it took me 4 years plus to finally do this tutorial, because it is definitely one of those, if I can do it, there is no way that you can't do it. So if you've been interested in making one of these, please make one. And if you do, make sure to tag us over on Instagram at Oh You're Lovely. I'll make sure that our Instagram and TikTok accounts are listed down below. If you're loving this channel, can't get enough, wanna know about, wait, what? I started thinking different thoughts. Start over, Stephanie. All right, let's take 2. If you're loving this channel, can't get enough, wanna know the next time we post a tutorial, like something like this, typically on Wednesdays, make sure to subscribe and we'll go over here. Ring that bell so you are notified each time a new tutorial goes up. If you'd like, and I'd love for you to do it, give this video a thumbs up, leave us a comment down below. Have you ever been wanting to make a kissing ball? Never wanted to in your life, but saw this and go, maybe I wanna make one now. Let me know down in the comments below. And if you feel like it too, share this video to anybody else who loves a good flower arrangement kind of thing in their life. Okay, sharing is caring. Let's go on and do that. Also, if you'd like to learn more about our dyed assortments, our raw flowers, greenery, and craft supplies, go over to ohyourlovely.com. But before you do, let me grab you something to make it even more enjoyable. Use the code YouTube30 to get 30% off one regular priced order. We did it, you guys, we did it. I'm gonna go now. I am so proud of myself. And I'm proud of you if you make those too. And even if you don't, I'm proud of you for watching the video. So I will see you next week for another tutorial. I'm Stephanie from Oh You're Lovely. You, my friends, are absolutely lovely. Bye guys.